What's happening? What's the business? It's your boy Landlord from Alabama, back with another video. And today, man, I just want to talk about this crazy week of free agency and NFL news. It's been just ridiculous, man, especially for our beloved Dallas Cowboys. And you know, the big news dropped for Coop, I believe that was Saturday. Man, I can't lie. The compensation that we got back from Myra Cooper was subpar. I can't sit here and lie and deny about that. But I believe it was more of an issue with the cap, and maybe they wasn't too pleased with him not being vaccinated, costing us a couple games. And you know, Coop got a certain distinct type of demeanor that they probably didn't appreciate or stuff like that. I'm sure it's a total package of things that came into play when it came to the decision to let Amari Cooper go, man. I really don't like the fact that he had to go, but you know, we did save 16 million and we did get Gallup signed, so that was big in the plan in the overall scheme of things. But you know, Coop was a great player while he was here, man. He did struggle at times and, you know, check himself out, such and such. But you know, he was overall a good player for the Cowboys, man. And we can't sit here and act like we lost because we paid the first round for at least 4 years of a top tier type receiver in production. And they didn't want to pay that 20 million again. That's all it was, man. We didn't want to give him another big deal. And I'm pretty sure they looking at his future like his best games are behind him. And I'm not saying that he's not gonna ball out in Cleveland, but he'd be worth a $20 million contract. That's a whole nother thing. And especially when you got arsenal weapons like the Dallas Cowboys got, you might need to take a little small hit on the offensive side to boost up your defense a little more or your offensive line. Now, if they don't do anything with this money, then that's a problem. But I'm sure they're going to use that to sign some of the players that they already got. And hopefully they can make some roster moves or some cap moves to open up some more money to go play in free agency. Hopefully they can bring in Bobby Wagner or somebody. That was who I would like. But, you know, hopefully that can help them bring out some more talent to this team. So, you know, the offense was super loaded. It's unfortunate that we couldn't capitalize on bringing a Super Bowl home with this type of roster we had assembled last year, man. It's just unfortunate that we got beat by the San Francisco 49ers, man. It really felt like we got robbed of a real Super Bowl shot, but you know, we just gonna have to live with that, man. But I think when it come down to Amari Cooper, like I said, it was a number of different aspects that affected his overall market in a total package. I feel like for sure we should have got more than a fifth round pick, but I believe this situation kind of got worse late, and they weren't really prepared for how bad it got so late in the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they foreseen this happening like towards the end of the year. I think they thought they could, you know, get Coop for a smaller amount of contract, or you know, they wasn't prepared to lose Coop like this. I don't think. And it got to a point where he was gonna leave. We was gonna have to release him. So I believe Dallas just did something in desperation and was like, hey, at least we can get something for him. And they got a fifth round pick and a sixth round pick swap. So, you know, it sucks just to get that small amount back for Coop, man. But I kind of trust the front office when it comes to evaluating talent. So if we pick a first round wide receiver, second round wide receiver, or a third round wide receiver, I'm pretty confident in the players that we choose to pick in the draft. I believe they will materialize and be good players. So I'm not too concerned about it, man. I know everybody else thinking the sky's falling and all of this, but I do have faith in Will McClay, his talent evaluation. So I'm not just thinking that it's the end of the world losing Coop. Now, of course, it's gonna be a blow to the offense, but definitely not the end of the world, man. And I love Amari Cooper. I'm an Alabama fan, so I watched every game he played in college, so I really know what Coop has to offer. And the one thing that I hate that we didn't give him the opportunities to be this dominant wide receiver for us that we really needed due to Kellen Moore's scheme or the lack thereof, him not scheming the boy Amari Cooper in a high volume type role. But now it's time for number 88, CeeDee Lamb, to put his big boy pants on. It's time for him to step up to the plate and make a home run. You know what I'm saying? It's really time for CeeDee to take over this team as the number one wide receiver. And we know Gallup can do his thing as a number two. That's already proven. We know Gallup. We know exactly what he has to offer as a number two wide receiver. Now the question mark is, who's going to be the number three wide receiver? Can we retain Cedric Wilson, or do we have to go pick up somebody in free agency, or do we have to draft someone? That's the next question that we got to go through. But you can rest assured something will happen as far as the wide receiver position with the Cowboys, either in the draft or the free agency. That's a fact. We need another wide receiver, and especially if Cedric Wilson leaves, hopefully we can talk Ced into getting a hometown discount. Hope so. I like Cedric Wilson. I would be perfectly fine with CeeDee, Gallup, Ced as my top three wide receivers, especially as we retain Dallas Schultz. We don't let him leave out the building. Maybe you pick up a tight end late in the draft somewhere. We're going to have to address tight end too. But, Schultz by itself, Blake Jarwin left. So, tight end is a need for this team as well, in my opinion. I'm not too concerned, man. I feel pretty good. We do need a third wide receiver. Let's see how this play out before we panic and jump off the cliff over nothing. Let's see how this team put this roster together, because we didn't have much faith in the roster they put together last year as far as the free agents they brought in. And look what they did. Most of the free agents played well above our expectations. Like, we didn't see Jaron Curse playing like that. We didn't see KZ being an actual contributor. We seen Malik Hooker actually being a part of this team. It was a lot of unexpected type leaders on this team, producers on this team that actually helped us in a lot of games. So hopefully we can do the same thing when it comes to picking up these free agents, man. I'm not too discouraged. I think it's possible. I think we will be just fine. Hopefully. Okay, now let's talk about my boy Michael Gallup, MG13. He finally got his bag. I'm happy for him. The one thing I don't like about Cowboy fans, it seems like we love our players while they on their rookie deals and just barely making money. But as soon as they sign a deal, we all of a sudden hate them. That goes for everybody. We loved Dak when he was on his rookie deal. As soon as he got paid, we can't stand him. We loved DeMarcus Lawrence when he was on his rookie deal. He got paid, we hate him. So it's like, I just don't understand how we shift from loving a player to hating him. Right now, we was loving Randy Gregory when he was doing all the stuff he was doing on the field, excluding off the field stuff. We love Randy Gregory as a player. But as soon as he get his check, all the Cowboy fans gonna be dogging him out, saying how we overpaid and how we don't like him anymore after he get paid. So keep that same energy, because right now we love Michael Parsons. As soon as Michael Parsons come up with this huge deal he gonna warrant out here in the free agency market, be ready to pay this man in full. So I don't want to hear about how you hate Michael Parsons. He overrated, finding these nitpicking, criticism to try to take the man down just so he can get a check. Don't hate on him. Love him the same way you loved him when he was getting paid undervalued. Like, that's my only rule. You can't just switch up on him like that. So, let's see, man. I love Michael Gallup. I think Michael Gallup is a great wide receiver. He go hard. He's one of the hardest playing wide receivers I see. Like, He's not going down first contact. Gallup trying to run you over. He's not scared to go in the middle. Gallup gonna go up and get the ball. He's a 50-50 ball guy. And he got some speed too, contrary to popular belief. You put him on a stretch route, he's a deep type receiver. Like Michael Gallup might not be the fastest in the 40, but put him on a longer track and Michael Gallup gonna get some separation. We've seen that against some of the best corners in the league. We know that Michael Gallup can beat a lot of people when he go deep and he just go vertical. So I love Michael Gallup as a player. I don't pocket watch like a lot of these people, man. So I'm happy for Gallup. I'm happy to retain the player that Michael Gallup is. His money's not affecting my pocket. So hey, salute to the young man. Kudos to the Cowboys for doing the right thing with the roster. I'm glad we got to keep Michael Gallup. So that's all I wanted to say, man, on this short video, man. Just doing my own summary, speaking my piece on these huge free agency moves that the Cowboys have made, man. And it's much more to come. It's still early. And, deadline make deals. So, there will be a whole lot more movement when it comes to your Dallas Cowboys. And, with that being said, just holla at your boy Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social sites. Just holla at your boy, man. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.